Hello foodie friends, welcome back. I'm really excited about this month because we're going to take a little bit of a departure from our more history heavy episodes and delve into something that's really summery and light and just really an excuse for me to use up the bumper crop of lavender that I grew and then cut and dried last year. So that's what we're going to focus on, how to use your lavender. Now for these recipes, I do have some that I found in some magazines, but I'm also going to be scouring the internet and Pinterest to find some of the best lavender recipes that look really easy and tasty to make. I also have a recipe I'm going to feature from the farmer's market here in Greenville, but that's going to be for another episode. So first, let's go ahead and get started because I found what looks like a spectacular lavender lemon bread that looks like it's to die for. So let's go ahead and get started.
To get started, you're going to mix together in a bowl your flour, sugar, baking powder, and salt. And while we mix, here's a fun little lavender fact. In Mediterranean countries, people used to weave lavender into their hats, believing that it avoided sunstroke. Now, I'm sure it didn't, but imagine having a wonderful cloud of lavender perfume all around you. I may try it myself on a hot summer day and have lavender with me wherever I go. Now you're going to go ahead and grate the lemon peel and then extract your juice. Now in another bowl, go ahead and combine your egg, milk, oil, lemon peel, lemon juice, and your lavender. Now there's several different ways you can remove the lavender buds from your stems. You can tap it against a bowl. You can do like I do and just roll it between your hands and let it fall onto the counter. Or you can place it inside a pillowcase and give it some shakes. This method neatly keeps your lavender buds inside the pillowcase without losing any of those precious little flowers. And here's another little fun lavender fact. The Egyptians used lavender in their funerals. So when Howard Carter found King Tutankhamun's tomb, they of course found some dried lavender inside. But surprisingly, the flowers had still retained their aroma. Now you're going to go ahead and add your wet ingredients to the dry ingredients. And you want to stir until the batter is just moistened. The author of this recipe says the batter will be lumpy, so that's okay. Now spray a bread pan really well. And you're going to bake in a 350-degree oven for about 50 minutes, or until a skewer inserted in the middle comes out clean. After about 50 minutes to an hour, you should have a beautiful golden loaf of lavender bread. But we're not done yet because we're going to go ahead and make a glaze to make it even better. Melt your butter with the sugar and lemon juice. I also added a little bit of lemon zest and allowed that to melt and come together in your saucepan. And by now your kitchen should smell so good you'll never want to leave it. Now remove the bread so it can cool down. And it says to wait about 10 minutes before putting on your glaze. But of course I could not wait that long. Poke some holes into the top so that your glaze can soak through. Then slowly and carefully pour your glaze all over the top of that bread. Now we'll go ahead and cut it and eat it still slightly warm from the oven. And thank our lucky stars that someone out there put lavender and lemon together to make this fantastically tasting bread.
Okay, I'm excited for this one.
It smells really good.
It's made our house just permeated with lavender and citrus good smells. So I have really high hopes for this one. All right, you ready?
Yeah.
Let's dig in. I'm just gonna throw this out there. This may be one of the best breads we've tried on this channel.
Yeah, and as a caveat, I'm not particularly fond of a lot of lavender in everything.
Right, I'm the lavender person.
Right,
really.
but I don't think the lavender is a nice accent. It's not like even really a predominant flavor.
No, and that's actually what I really like about. I got a burst of citrus first.
Yeah.
And the lemon citrus just washes over your taste buds in such a wonderfully delightful way. And then you get that little perfume of lavender.
Yeah, yeah. You can definitely tell it's there. It's not like, what I mean? But at the same time, it's not even really the predominant flavor.
No, and I will say this. I actually added more lavender than what the recipe called for because I dried my lavender. If you just pick it fresh right out of the garden, you can add more. But the more it dries, the more concentrated the flavor the buds can get. And so you want to kind of cut that down. I kind of didn't. So I added more. Yeah. And I still think it's wonderful.
Yeah, it's really
even
good.
With the addition that I added to it, it still did not overpower it.
No, not at all.
Okay. I would definitely make this again.
Yeah.
It's definitely 5.
Yeah.
It's a 5-star recipe.
If you like just bread,
drizzled butter and sugar on it. I mean, come on, you cannot get better than that.
And even that, I'll say, I don't think it's a super super sweet or nothing. Like it's not like eating cake. You know what I mean? It's like bread. Mm-hmm. I mean, it'd be an excellent breakfast bread or bread to have with a tea or coffee or that kind of thing.
Absolutely.
It's a perfect pairing without being overly sweet.
Right.
I think it's really good.
This is just it surprises me a little bit just because, sometimes when you're perusing Pinterest, sometimes Pinterest can disappoint you a little bit. And so that we've had some recipes that were
we've had some that just didn't work.
Yeah, I won't be doing that again. But this one, oh my gosh, it should be at the top search of Pinterest for lavender. I hope it stays there. Yeah. It actually was one of the within the 2 or 3 tiers of the pictures on the front page. And it needs to stay there. It needs to stay near the top. Because if you're looking for lavender recipes, and if you want a lavender bread, boom. This is wow. So I will be giving you the ingredients in the description box, but I'll also link the website below so you can see where I got it from and, see the steps and stuff, especially if you want a more written form. Some people really like that.
Yeah.
But if this is any indication of this lady's collection of recipes, I would check out the rest of her blog like I'm going to be doing, because what else has she got on there that we really need to be eating?
Yeah.
So,
I mean, this really wasn't a bad, didn't take a long time. There wasn't a lot of work to it. I mean.
Yeah, and she even says 20 minutes preparation in the oven, you're done.
I mean, it baked for an hour.
It did, but I mean, that's kind of typical for these.
Yeah.
So you're letting your oven do most of the work, and you can freeze it, she said. So that's a good plus too. If you want to make several of these things, oh my gosh. For a bridal shower, or a baby shower. You know, we're getting into that season, you know, with June and, you know, all these weddings that are coming up. Oh,
and it's a good summer because the citrus kind of gives it like a a lighter flavor. Yeah,
summer bread. So hit your guests with this, and like they're gonna thank you, and they're gonna beg you for the recipe. I guarantee.
Yeah.
So wow, so that was an awesome first hit. Okay, I mean we pretty much hit that one out of the ballpark with this recipe. I think so. The next several recipes we do with lavender is going to have a hard hill to climb to, you know, stack up to this. So we're going to keep our fingers crossed, because next week I'm actually going to take you on just a little bit of a field trip. We're going to go to the Greenville Farmers Market, which is located downtown, and it's really cute. I got some really cool stuff the last time I went. I couldn't take you today because it was raining.
Yeah.
So farmers market kind of got rained out, but next Saturday we're going to try again because it's going to be good weather and really, really cool vendors with some like stuff that, I mean, I brought home quite a bit.
Yeah.
From my last trip. So, and I came back with a really good idea on how to use lavender. So I'm really excited because we're going to go out of the dessert category for a little bit, and we're going to go into a savory category. So you're going to be able to put lavender on your dinner table as the main dish. So I think that's really cool. So we're going to give it a try, take you on a little field trip, see how it goes, and hopefully entice you over to the farmers market over there in downtown Greenville, and we'll see you then. Thanks for watching. Bye.
And if you like historical cooking and unusual cookbooks, here's 2 more videos you might enjoy. And make sure to like and subscribe for more foodie adventures.